Hello, I'm Hoey, Guilford's first selectman. And with me today is Dennis Johnson, the town's health director. And like James Brown was described, he's the hardest working man in Guilford today. Also with us behind the camera, Mitch Goldblatt, our HR director. Our purpose today is to provide you with an update on the coronavirus situation in Guilford and remind all residents of the importance of maintaining social distancing when you venture out into the community setting. Dennis?
As of April 14th, Guilford has 42 cases of coronavirus infections. Unfortunately, we also recorded one death in an elderly resident last Saturday. Overall, Guilford's positive cases continue to rise at a steady rate as the spread of coronavirus accelerates through this part of Connecticut. You can track the increase in town case numbers for Guilford and surrounding communities on the town website linked to UConn town-by-town data. The only tools available to us as a community to prevent further spread of coronavirus are social distancing and home safe isolation. Staying home and safe means that you and your family are safest when you stay home and practice rigorous hygiene measures. Individuals who have to travel out for essential supplies need to strictly adhere to social distancing requirements.
Thanks, Dennis. Sort of like the 6 feet.
Like the 6 feet here, yeah.
Perfect. Well, over the past week, the town has received several calls from residents complaining about the lack of social distancing around town. At this point in the pandemic, complaints of individuals congregating at public places like the Green, the town marina, the beaches, sidewalks, or in a pickup sport game are alarming and signify the need for more community adherence to the best practices. For this reason, we are again emphasizing the need for all residents to maintain social distancing when out in a public place. Maintaining a 6-foot separation between yourself and the next person creates a distance barrier that prevents an airborne virus from traveling from one person to another during talking. Maintaining social distancing is not difficult to achieve, and it is one obligation every resident has a moral responsibility to fulfill. We encourage and recommend that any resident who observes the lack of social distancing displayed in our community empower themselves to say something to those individuals. Just as it makes sense to say something when someone is encroaching on your health and well-being, you have every right, as long as it's done politely, with knowledge sharing, to try and correct the unhealthy community behavior displayed by others. Please remember, by keeping further apart from each other, as we are actually coming closer together as a community to help stop the spread of this pandemic.
I'd also like to clarify the use of face masks at this time. The CDC recommends wearing cloth face coverings in public settings where other social distance measures are difficult to maintain, such as grocery stores and pharmacies. The Governor's Executive Order number 7S requires that employees wear cloth, gloves, and face masks at all times when they are interacting with customers or handling products. The use of face masks does not mean you should abandon your practice of social distancing. Remember, face masks worn in public settings are intended to contain the secretions of the mask wearer with the assumption that the mask wearer is infected. Cloth masks are not considered protective against small virus particles as they do not have the proper seal and filtration requirements. Individuals should be careful not to touch their eyes, nose, and mouth when removing their face mask coverings and wash hands immediately after removing the mask. Remember to frequently wash your cloth face mask as well.
Dennis, thank you for that. And in advance, we're going to thank this community for adhering to these guidelines and these practices. So be safe to stay healthy.
And don your mask.